Hello, welcome to one-on-one on farming. Right, get a garden hoe. That's what you're going to need for this. And some grassy land or forest land. I made a space of 5 by 5 and I'm going to start tilling. L trigger on the D-pad, and as you can see the ground's changing. This only works on grassy ground, forest ground or dirt ground. It'll even work on sod. It won't however work on clay ground or desert ground. So as long as you've got a garden hoe in hand, you can till the land, and this will give you twice the amount of crops when you're farming. Now then, if you're just putting crops down on normal land, say example, you've got an ear of corn. You make a corn seed, you put it on normal ground, you'll get 1 ear of corn back. You plant that corn seed on tilled ground, as I've just showed you, you will get 3 ears of corn. And if you place it on fertilised ground, you'll get 5 ears of corn. So the main goal is to get fertilised ground. Now this here is a little hut I've built for mushrooms. They don't need sunlight. You can grow mushrooms in the dark. So I've made a little hut for them all really. As you can see, I've made some spaces, all 5 by 5. I've put a little fence around the back of some of them, just to make it look fancy, but it's just for aesthetic purposes. Right, I'm going to show you what happens when you put fertiliser down. Now you equip the fertiliser, put it in your tool belt or your backpack, and I'll show you how to use it. I'm going to go to this piece of till land here. So, you don't hold the fertiliser in your hand, it doesn't quite work like that. Just as long as you've got it equipped, put it in your backpack or your toolbox, and press L with the hoe equipped to put fertiliser on the tilled ground. A word of warning, if you start using the garden hoe and you have fertiliser in your backpack, you will automatically upgrade until it's at fertilised ground. So the best thing to do if you find fertiliser is save it up. Keep it to the side until you've got your tilled land ready. Then go back to your tilled land and stick it down. Otherwise you could end up with fertile ground and normal ground mixed together, and you're going to think, oh wait, why is this like this for? It doesn't make no sense. So this is one area of fertilised ground. I'm showing you that because I want to demonstrate why. Right, so grab your best seed you want to plant. I suggest picking one that's pretty scarce, like a potato. Stick it on your fertile ground. This will give you a better yield. If you plant this on till ground, you get 2 potatoes per potato plant. With the fertilised ground, you should get about 5. I'll get these potatoes down. 5 by 5. So 25 potato seeds. So what, times that by 5, and that should be your yield. Easiest way to farm, in my opinion. So we'll get these potatoes down. I'll do potatoes first, and then I think I'll do corn. I like to have a bit of a mixture in my diet. But we'll get to the superfood soon. There's only really one food you need on this game to survive. The superfood of all. But we'll get to that. Corn, I think, next. Yeah, stick some corn down. Corn's always a good thing to have. Part of your staple diet. You can always have cornbread on the run. We like a bit of cornbread. There we go. All on the tilled ground, you see. This is normal tilled land. As I say, if you put corn down on normal ground, you will just end up with 1 ear of corn. On tilled land, you'll end up with 3 ears of corn when it's fully grown. Takes a few days to grow, but it's worth it in the end. Blueberries. You'll only get 2 blueberries per plant on tilled ground. The same as the potatoes really. But at the end of the day, it's still better than just 1 blueberry per 1 blueberry seed. So the main aim is always get a garden hoe. You can find them in Working Stiff's tools. That's the best place to look for them. Have a look in the farm. You might find one on the farm. But if not, you'll have to wait until you've got a forge and craft some forged iron. At least that way you can make yourself a garden hoe. and the main goal is to become self-sufficient. Okay, I think we'll do the superfood next. I'll just try and get this one down. Come on. Right, there we go. The superfood I'm talking about is, of course, the yucca plant. Now, the yucca plant, to me, is the superfood. It feeds you. You get 3 yucca plant per seed on till ground. And look at that. See, I'm not even perfect. I haven't tilled that piece of land. I'll come back to it. So, you get 3 yucca plants per... Wait, 3 yucca fruit per yucca plant. So, it keeps you going. It gives you plenty of wellness as you're eating it. You can eat it on the run. And you can make yucca juice from it. So if you haven't got a water source, but you have a glass jar, and you have 4 yucca fruit, you can turn that into yucca juice. It hydrates you. I'm going to till this piece of ground here. There we go. Till that land. Sorted. Stick that yucca down. I'll come back to you soon when I've got it all done. Well, everything's been planted. I think I'll just tidy up a bit now. Make it look aesthetically pleasing. To my opinion, that is. So I'll put some farmed fences around here. Some farm fences look pretty nice on the brick wall. Just my opinion, of course. And I'll go through what I've got. So, I've got 5x5 sections for all my fruit and what have you. And I'll go through each one as I go past them. I've gone over fertiliser. I've gone over tilling the ground. It's nice to have a nice flat surface when you're farming. It'll save you having to dig it out and make it flat yourself. As I say, you don't have to have a boundary like I've got. I've just made a 5x5 boundary just for my own purposes. Demonstration purposes, that is. I like it to look organised, what can I say? There's nothing the matter with that. Everybody has their own way of doing it. To each their own. I say I like to have my things a certain way. Right, so my farm fence is nearly all the way around now. I could put gates on the front, but you know, I'm not really bothered. I don't think zombies are going to come in and get them. So, let's start. I'll put my fences back in the box. And we'll go over what we got here. Right. We have, in number 1, is yucca. So we've got 25 yucca plants in there. That's good. We've got blueberries in there. We've got 25 blueberry plants. It's the same on all of them. They've all got 25 of each in. Corn. There's 25 corn plants in there. And we have potatoes in here. Now this is the one with the fertilised ground in. So 25 potatoes is going to have quite a bit of yield in there with the fertilised land. I only had 1 mushroom. Unfortunately, they're very hard to come by as well. But I've got it in this little dark shed here, as you can see. Got my night vision camera there, just so I can show you it really is dark. Even when it's daytime, it's dark, and it has a little bit of light. That's all you need for mushrooms. They can grow in the dark. Over at this side, we have our coffee. Oh, we do like our coffee beans. You don't make seeds from coffee beans. You just have to replant the seeds. Goldenrod. Brilliant stuff for getting your wellness up. Some cotton. You can never have enough bandages. Some chrysanthemums. They're good for herbal remedies and medicines. Cure infections as long as you mix it with stuff. And aloe vera. We need that as well. Okay. So, I hope you've enjoyed the video. That's Farming 101. Please, give us a like and a subscribe. You know, I'll keep pushing out more content. I'm new to this, so I hope you enjoy. And any feedback's appreciated. You know, pass it on. Let everybody know.